I'm gonna ask you to think for a moment. Think of some of the most dumbest and most embarrassing moments in all of history. Some things for me that comes to mind is the entire assassination of Franz Ferdinand. How there was 638 assassination attempts on Fidel Castro and none of them succeeded. And the Soviet leader election process around the time Brezhnev died. But in this video, I'm going to talk about Charles de Gaulle. Specifically, I will be talking about perhaps the most infamous assassination attempt made on de Gaulle's life. But first, I must explain some background information on who Charles de Gaulle was. Alright, for a little background info, Charles de Gaulle was born on November 22nd, 1890. For a time, de Gaulle went and did some stuff in the military. Then by 1958, de Gaulle was elected president of France. And de Gaulle was the target of about 30 to 31 assassination attempts. And de Gaulle was 6'5", and during his time, the average height of a guy in France was like 5'9", so of course, de Gaulle would stick out like a sore thumb. But did any of the assassination attempts succeed? No, nine, niet, whatever you want to say. None of them succeeded. And as I said earlier, I'm going to be talking about the most infamous assassination attempt made on de Gaulle's life, and that attempt was the Petit Clermont attack, 1962. De Gaulle went on to accept Algerian independence, which pissed off a certain organization. They were called the OAS. Then the assassination attempt was organized by this guy named Jean-Baptiste Thierry. On August 22nd, 1962, two cars led by two motorcyclists pulled up to pick up de Gaulle and his wife Yvonne. De Gaulle, his wife Yvonne, and his son-in-law, a guy named Alain, were in the first car. And then in several parked vehicles, Bastien Thierry's group were waiting. The assassination squad was composed of 12 members, including Bastien Thierry himself. They were equipped with automatic weapons, explosives, and 4 cars. 187 rounds were fired by the squad. So then this did not happen, but I'm only including it because I think it's funny. Wow, just wow. You see that, Yvonne? They can't even shoot me, they're fucking stupid. I think you're kinda right, Charles. I know I'm right. I think I should just stick my head out the window and taunt them. But would they kill you, Charles? That's dangerous. Don't be so stupid, Yvonne. They won't shoot me. Okay then, go ahead. Hey assassins, look at me. I'm sticking my head out the window. No fucking way. He's so dumb he's sticking his head out the window. This should be easy. Come on, assassins. Ooh, missed me. Oh, missed me again. Come on. Is that all you got? My youngest daughter could shoot better than all of you combined. Yo, Yvonne, I should just climb on the hood of the car and dance. No, Charles, who the fuck does that, bro? Me, Charles the Great Asparagus de Gaulle. You just ruined the whole thing for me. I don't believe it. You've got to be the most insufferable, annoying, selfish person I ever met. In fact, I really hate you. Of course, de Gaulle didn't actually stick his head out the window and hopped on his car and started dancing. But aside from that, everything else that happened was pretty much accurate. Out of the 187 bullets fired during the attack, only about 14 hit de Gaulle's vehicle that were observable. And the only injury that occurred during the attack was from a driver in a different car, completely unrelated to de Gaulle. In fact, a couple and their 3 children were in that car. After that, a manhunt was launched for the perpetrators. After that, Jean-Baptiste Thierry was caught, and he was later executed in 1963 by firing squad. In fact, he was the last person in France to be executed by firing squad. 7 years after the attack on 1969, de Gaulle resigned as president of France. De Gaulle died 1 year later in 1970 while watching the news on television from an aneurysm. The reason of why I find the Petit Clermont attack as one of the most embarrassing assassination attempts in all of history was because a dude who was 6'5" is sitting in a car and you fire nearly 200 shots and you don't kill him. I don't care about the context. I don't care about how it failed. That's just fucking stupid. That is the end of the video. So now it's time. It's time for the shitty subscribe song. Subscribe. Subscribe. Flirtin' doo 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 doo.